No
So,
way.
so she like messed
No
up.
wonder.
Yeah, the whole thing, everything is messed up. Help, help to Mogwai, who's on the chat already and in the show. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine with a self-given. I gave myself a haircut.
Oh, how'd that go?
No, yeah, let's not talk about it.
We want to see pictures now.
We'll see.
Yeah, I've been flirting with the idea for a little bit because every barbershop here seems to be closed. But I'm just not going to. I'm not going to be messing that up.
I have to get. It's one of my priorities is to find a decent hairdresser because I'm getting so sick of looking at my Jesus style haircut that I got to freshen up a little bit. Everybody's
Yeah,
calling me. You know what everybody's calling me now is CG Jesus.
that can't be too bad, man. That can't be too bad.
I guess it's okay. Yeah, good for promotion.
Good for promotion, absolutely, absolutely. So some of you watching this might be really confused. Why am I here? I'm usually not, but I decided to just not go to work today because I'm rebellious like that. I stay home and said, let's have some wonderful creators and do what Carla does all the time. No?
Which means you cooked lunch today, huh?
Yeah. I just didn't want to go. I woke up and I'm like, I'm too sleepy. I'm not going to work. That's it. But hey, I'm here with you guys, so it couldn't be better. So yeah, let's talk about Rob's project and let's share the screen here. Tell us about which one is the show. I'm sorry. Tell us about the project Tales from the Classroom.
Well, Tales from the. Do you want me to give you the prep of the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the basic premise is that this takes place in a world where only monsters exist and humans don't.
Mm-hmm.
So we're their monsters. And it's basically a high school story. It follows this young zombie teenager named Rob Muerto, whose name I lifted as my own alias. And he's basically the most popular kid in his all-zombie high school, Romero High.
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of like a Ferris Bueller figure that can do no wrong. All the teachers love him, let him get away with murder. All the girls want to be with him, and the boys want to be him, basically. He's an athletic prodigy for a zombie, and then one day his father, Melvin, gets a promotion. He goes from janitor to head janitor. But in order to fulfill that promotion, they have to move to the big city. And then so they do, and Rob transfers over to Cthulhu High, which is a multi-species high school, where it's not just only zombies anymore. It's zombies and wolfmen and vampires and every monster you can imagine. And Rob gets a rude awakening because he finds out that that he's no longer like the popular quantity he once was. But quite the opposite. He's actually zombies are sort of perceived as being at the bottom rung of the social ladder, so to speak. And yeah, not only that, the guy that was basically what he was in Romero High in Cthulhu, Drake, who's a Nosferatu vampire. Which are typically actually Nosferatu are typically like super grotesque in vampire lore and traditional vampire lore.
Mm-hmm.
But I chose to make them like the most regal and well respected of and powerful of all the vampire species in my world. And anyway, Drake, who happens to have a unique distaste for zombies, Rob sort of lands on his radar and he decides to make his existence miserable. So it's yeah. Oh, I just got a new contribution already. This is paying dividends, this stream.
Well, thanks everybody for joining and for contributing to this wonderful campaign. Do you ever fear that maybe you can never shake off the name because like you're adopting the name of the main character of this book, but eventually I'm sure you're gonna want to come up with other things, but you always stay a Rob Muerto. Do you ever like regret that or? Yeah.
I wonder if that was the right call because further down the line, I'll be wanting to make other properties other than Tales, and I'll have the Rob Muerto stigma. or maybe I can reformulate myself and like Prince did, right? Wouldn't he change names every?
Right, he did. Yeah, he did. He did.
And Puff Daddy, P Diddy, the artist formerly known as P Diddy.
But you see, that's what they gotta do. They gotta remind everybody that they're the people who were once called this or once called that, because you know, otherwise you know, it's like starting from scratch. But
yeah,
hey,
they feel like they stagnate artistically, I guess, or creatively, and they have to reimagine themselves. I'm happy with the name now. The reason why I think it works also, I didn't want to show my face initially, and I wanted just to use Rob's, the drawing, and that would add to the allure. But then after a while, I showed my face once and then twice, and then I got comfortable with it, and yeah, because the idea, there's the internal narration of this book. It's narrated through Rob. So when you buy the book, it says here, written by Muerto. See, and that, I guess, it adds to the sort of the illusion that it was actually written by the protagonist.
Absolutely, as a first-person book, and I love those. And by the way, I want to say congratulations on successfully funding the campaign. It looks amazing. I think the art is wonderful, and the concept is really great. Absolutely. I want to say hello to the chat. Hello to Frogo, who's already joining us. Thank you for coming.
Frogo, I love him.
Absolutely. Hello to Sol Eon. He's from Germany. He's joining us already. So it's very. I think it's late for them. So hello to Germany and to Sol Eon. Hello to Apollo, who's already here. And I have not heard about the Twilight. Oh yeah, there they are. He always loves his women. Thank you, Mogwai, for dropping the links. The links is in the links for this campaign are going to be in the chat already. To Edwin Acevedo, thank you for joining us. And also we have Kevin here saying hail to the CG Jesus. I think you might want to go with that, and who knows, it might stick. CG Jesus, formerly known as Rob Muerto.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I get that a lot in real life as well. I used to live in Rome for a little bit, and every corner I turned over there, because they're more religious than normal, would go, Jesus Christ, or they'd sing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Sim's also joining us already. Thank you, brother. Tell who is the artist behind this wonderful comic?
It's this amazingly talented Argentinian from Buenos Aires, specifically. Buenos Aires. And his name is Sebastian Brunico. And I hooked up with him because this comic was supposed to be published via this now defunct small publisher named Viper Comics way back in the day. And I actually got hooked up with him, but via the owner of the publisher. I never actually communicated with him directly. I just sent him the script, and he'd come back with the pages, and I was always like so happy with him that it was just a very organic sort of work relationship. But then when this publisher Viper folded, and the project went kaput, basically. After many years passed and I got busy with other things, I decided to take it up again. I had to track down Sebastian, and then I found him to see if he was up to finishing the few remaining. Actually, didn't even have to finish the pages because they were all done. The pages you see here, but just to do ancillary like promotional material, like this pinup, for example, wasn't done. All the pinups, all the stuff that I used to market the book via Instagram, most of that stuff is new, and that's what Sebastian's been busy with mostly.
Absolutely. And that being said, you did show us a book, so the book is completed and printed, or how long would people have to wait?
Oh, it's complete. No, it's completed. It's printed. I actually just ordered the final print run with Mixum printers and
great printer.
Yeah,
great quality printer.
Great printers. I have some test prints over here. I mean, this is a variant cover. It's we're going to print each book with slightly different printing techniques, so they feel different. It's not just a cosmetic change of the cover.
Yes.
This one, which will be the main print run, is going to be printed offset, which means the quality of the images of the pages is going to be better. Even though digital is really good these days,
Oh yeah.
The tech is really improved. Offset is always a step above. It's like digital photography and traditional photography. The OG is still better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Than digital, but these look great. I don't know if you can ever see it on a webcam properly, but they feel great, and I think they look great as well. The pages.
Oh yeah, they do look amazing. You guys did a great job, that's for sure. I want to say hello to the people who have just joined us. Jezebel, thank you for coming. Hello to you. Francisco Arce says, "What's up, guys? Great show and great books. Saludos to Rob Muerto." Saludos is like names.
Wow, what a cool little drawing. I might need to hire this guy for a pinup as well. Is that your work, Francisco?
Yeah, good question for him. So Ian, thank you for dropping the link to this wonderful campaign at the bottom. So yeah, successful campaign, first campaign. How does that feel?
Feels good. I had grander ambitions, to be honest. I thought I was going to close out at a higher number, but that's I think we're all a little guilty of that, right? And when you first come into something like this, you think that, I got a great book, people are going to go ape shit for it, and I'll sit back and watch the money pour in. No, it's not at all like that. You need to put a lot of legwork in as far as promotional
it's a 24/7 job after that.
It's a 24/7. What we're doing now is something that if you really want your book to be successful, you have to do at least once a day. You have to be on a stream constantly, reminding people that you exist, reminding people that your book is out there, and try to get on people with large enough platforms that they can, hit a large amount of eyeballs at the same time, and get those numbers.
And you're branding yourself for sure. You're branding yourself. It's constant. It's a constant job that you got to do because, you could have the best looking book in the world, but if nobody sees it, it's not gonna get anywhere. But congratulations to you. Have you thought of any stretch goals yet?
I had stretch goals over there, but you'll see how deluded I was if you scroll all the way down.
Already?
Yeah, those are the stretch goals, but I hit the first one basically, and everything else.
All right, look, and we can get, but for 5,000, we can get the production of part 2 already going, right?
But tell you what, that's something I'm going to do anyway.
All right.
Maybe not at the same. If I had 5,000, it would have been speedier if I had gotten that particular stretch goal. But I'm going to get the second book done anyway.
Absolutely. Well, and I'll tell you what, you're going to do so much better on the second one. It always happens like that. The first one is always it's always a learning experience for sure. But it's a good thing because you get people to know you. You get the book out there, you get those reviews, you get people telling other people who haven't heard about you, and then the second one is it's an avalanche. You start us small and humble, but the second, the third, that's when you start reaping. What you saw basically.
Right. Yeah, I feel that's when you really get attention from some of the bigger players, and maybe they get you on their stream, and then you're. Right. You're proven quantity by that point.
Right. You gotta understand that this is a vote of confidence, of trust that people are putting into you. They're buying a product that might not be finished yet. In your case, it is, and so they won't have to wait that long. But a lot of times when they start pouring money into these campaigns, they do it as a leap of faith, basically. I'm hoping that the person will deliver on the promise, and usually in CG they do. So that's why I think CG is becoming such a big thing, because we keep proving ourselves that we definitely are passionate about the things that we do, and it's all about the customers for sure.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything you want to ask our friend Rob Mogwai?
No, not at the moment. I mean, I'm here just listening like a sponge. And I really have no 2 cents to add on this one right now. I think the campaign looks pretty good, and offering a project that's completed and just crowdfunding for it, I think, is a very smart move. I think it provides very good customer service. So in my end, all I gotta do is turn up the volume a bit and retweet a little bit more Rob Muerto all over the place.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, guys. If you're watching this, you want to contribute to this campaign, and if not, then make sure that you retweet, that you like everything that he puts out. Share his content, because that's the way to make him grow and to make the more eyeballs in this campaign.
And you know what? There's one thing that I know that some big players in CG are against, but that I've embraced, and I think that honestly, a lot of the small campaigners, I think, should join in on doing so.
Mm-hmm.
The digital editions of the book, which are very offered at a very low price point, and
to no cost for you, right?
And it's at no cost. It's zero cost for me,
mm-hmm.
and you can get it instantly. I mean, you place an order, and as soon as I see it, I'll send you an email with a copy of the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I use with some of the I have different digital tiers
mm-hmm.
of the book. With the uppermost tier, which is digital premium, I have these pinups that have this interactive element to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small, rudimentary sort of thing, but I think it's kind of cool where you press, you click on a certain button. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to share my screen and show it to the viewers so they get a sense of what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But you get like a little blurb with the main character giving you an additional sort of background on, just some flavor to the pinups. Is it okay if I share my screen?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Let's put it up.
We're seeing it?
Yep. There it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like you see this, there's a little button, click me, you click it,
mm-hmm.
and then you get Rob saying a little...
That's hella cool, man. That is awesome.
That's cool, isn't it?
That is really cool.
Or you go over here, click it, and then Rob shows up again.
Wow. That's so good, man. That is great. I'm going to copy that, all right? I'm going to steal that from you because that is a great idea, brother.
Well, credit to my designer. That, I gave him the idea, hey, what if we do this? And he was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, in order for you to, to get this,
mm-hmm.
you need to have Adobe Reader. It's for free. You can just pick it up and download it. So there's no issue on that end. But it's designed for specifically for Adobe Reader.
That is so good, man. I've never seen something that cool before. A lot of new creators are bringing really great and interesting things to the table to CG. How did you stumble upon us? How did you became a CG or decided to start crowdfunding your books?
The crowdfunding thing. I mean, I could try to go pitch it to the publishers and all that, but the mainstream publishing seems mired in a lot of the stuff that CG is against. Really, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, there's some characters in my book that sort of. They represent certain stereotypes that aren't meant to be offensive or anything. Mm-hmm. But that in today's hyper PC world,
everything is offensive to someone nowadays.
Yeah, and that the publishers would not be too happy about that, and they try to put their handprints on it and try to change the story, which to me I'm not willing to do. Mm-hmm. So I decided to crowdfund, and I'd been keeping up with Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate tangentially, not fully entrenched in it, but just from an outsider's perspective. Mm-hmm. Because I quit comics. I was a huge comic book head 6-7 years ago, but I had quit. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know just at what state the industry was really in,
Yeah.
But the more I looked into it, the more I was like, man, I'm totally Comicsgate. I have to be. Even though I'm totally ideologically aligned. It's a big step for you to take, and you have to be prepared to get shot in the foot in some other ways, So it's you can't do it wildly. I'll give you an example. I had one artist collaborator that basically ghosted me as soon as he found out that I
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
aligned.
that happens. That happens. Believe me. But it's crazy because a lot of those people, a lot of those, I guess you could call them perpetually offended people. They even when you are presented with something that just in any way challenges their worldview, they would completely shun it because they want to live in this bubble where nothing will touch them and no foreign idea is allowed.
Right.
So they, in that sense, they are definitely fascistic in a way, no?
Yeah, anything that sort of like makes them use their brain cells too much. It's like, hate group, hate,
Exactly.
speaking hate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, you have a great looking project. I'm really mind blown with what you just showed me for the PDF readers. I think that is a great idea. Thank you for bringing that to the table because I am definitely copying that for my next
Cool,
campaign.
man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Listen, I think digital really gets a bad rap for no good reason.
And I'll tell you something about digital too. Like we've always had digital perks, and one thing that we've noticed. I mean, we usually do it because you know how expensive it can get to ship a book out to different countries, right? It can get super expensive. So you notice that most of the PDF buyers or backers are usually overseas or somewhere where you know that shipping is super expensive. But a lot of those backers love the product so much that they come back and back the second time, but this time with physical tier. So regardless, it's always an investment, You don't lose any money in the printing. You don't invest, I should say, any money in the printing. So it's all earnings for you. And you get your name out there. You get this product out there that they might want to come back and back in the second time.
Absolutely. And listen, if it gets pirated, it's still eyeballs looking at your book.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you can also pirate a physical book, That's just a subject to piracy. Yep. Everything else, just use a scanner. So there's no reason for people to be, especially crowdfunders, where you take a lot of burden on the printing costs.
Yeah.
Right. I think I'm losing money on some of these tiers, man. Like the upper tiers, like the triple threat, which I urge people to buy anyway, because I want you to buy it, whatever perk you get. It's because it's weighty. It's going to be like a weighty package, and I'm still going to have to ship it overseas to a lot of people. I mean, that's a big shipping cost,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I think you're doing the great thing. I wanna take some time to say hello to the chat. Hello to Francisco, who says, Rob, actually my bro Dominique did the avatar. Fun fact, my other bro Oliver did work for you. So Oliver worked for
Oliver Lee Archer. Yeah, he did one of the little design work on my on the book. He's credited actually. Yeah, for sure. He's a good guy.
Absolutely. Jisabel says that she downloaded but hasn't read it yet. So great thing. Sim, it's not CG against digital. It's certain creators, and that is true. And I respect everyone's opinion. Look, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and if they think that it's not worth it, then that's on them. But I definitely encourage it. It's proven good for us, at least,
Yeah, it's got its place. It's got its place in some campaigns and some customers.
I don't think CG marches in lockstep with each other. There's individual voices that we should all be going. Oh, okay, no digital. I mean, you figure out what you have to do for your own campaign, and in my second campaign, I'm going to entertain the option of having a tier where it's like just a standard physical edition, but you also get a digital one on top of it,
Absolutely. Abel says that PDF and CBR formats, they can work. Absolutely. So yeah, great comments, great interaction from our chat. Sim says that digital still has production fees to be calculated too, but not the printing and shipping costs. So it's all profit. Absolutely, that's the same thing we're saying here. I totally agree with you. yeah, it's definitely got its place. And for me, it's worked. I would say half of the campaign that we're running currently, it's digital and half physical because we know that the printing costs and the shipping costs can be expensive, especially when the back release overseas. But it's also still giving them something that they can contribute and giving them something that they can read, and maybe they love it so much they come back and back the physical tier, right?
Yeah, that's it. Are you looking at the digital tiers? Yeah, yeah. So you get, if you want to go over them.
Absolutely.
This is just a copy of the book, very standard. The second one gets, you get high-res versions of these pinups that you've seen, so you can, just use them as wallpapers or what have you, or enjoy looking at them on your iPad or whatever. And then the third one has a preview of chapter 2.
Oops.
An exclusive
I was going to do that later, but
okay.
I don't want my credit card information out there. Sorry. I didn't realize I was sharing screen. Sorry.
No problem. But so, and then beyond that, you have the standard physical edition, which is just a normal book. And everybody gets these high-res pinups. What does that mean, high-res pinups? It's just like a very good-looking. Here, I have an example. I like to call them mini posters or oversized trading cards. It's basically these things. This is very awesome.
Wow. Did you print them with Mixum too?
I printed them with Mixum, yeah. And so this is a little bit, I went overboard on the gloss because I printed it on glossy paper and then added a glossy finish on top. So it's like a mirror into your soul.
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're talking about.
But it looks
wonderful.
And then you get the credits behind here. See?
Wow.
And listen, you can hang this up. You can frame it or what have you. I know I'm gonna. In fact, I'm thinking of actually doing. I have this tiny little bathroom. I'm thinking of doing like a wallpaper with just these different.
That's great. Thank you, Frogo, for dropping the links to this campaign on Twitter. Absolutely, the more eyes we can get on it, the better. Yeah, man, I think you're offering great prices for this project, without a doubt. And like you said, you might be losing money now, but in the long run, it's gonna pay off for sure.
That's the idea.
Now, talking about the story a little bit, I couldn't help but remember that you mentioned that the humans were the monsters in this kind of in the plot, right? Will we see humans maybe trying to spook these monsters or something like that?
No, we see, like, for example, Rob is a talented artist and he sketches like humans, and they're all super freaked out by his sketches. We see movies with what to us would be normal looking humans walking around. They're like, oh, that's gross, and they're super. So it's just an inversion, it's a funny little.
That's great.
Going on.
What would you say that the main genre of this book is? Is it a comedy? It's a little bit of horror.
There's plenty of comedy. It's teen comedy. It's in all. I would say it's not all ages because it's got a little bit of an edge to it. I would say it's primarily young adult. 13 to 18 is the primary audience, but I think everybody can enjoy it. To be honest with you.
Absolutely, yeah. And hey, if you guys want, are the physical copies going to be signed by you?
No, once I start doing triple figures in 6 figures in my campaigns, then I'll feel important enough to sign things.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are already important to 171 people, and if they can get the signature on their book, I'm sure they, and especially when you grow up as a creator, because you got to understand, this is a lot of CG is composed of collectors, and there's a big community of collectors in CG, and I think that signatures they definitely mean something,
Yeah, maybe if I rebrand myself as CG Jesus, it'll have more of a punch. My signature,
Absolutely. So I heard, is it true that you're from Portugal?
Portugal, yeah.
Wow, but you speak English really well.
Thank you. Well, I attended an international school in Lisbon
All
for
right.
from 5th grade to like 9th, and that's where I picked it up.
Oh wow! And you currently live in Lisbon?
I also lived in LA for nearly 10 years, but now I'm
Oh,
back and raising a family over here.
oh, absolutely! Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
We have Solly in here saying, "Damn, that's glossy." It's true.
Yeah, man, I broke out my sunglasses for that.
Oh, yeah.
You could shave with that in the morning. Just look into it, and but not you, because you need to stay Jesus. All right, you need to stay
Absolutely. No, I will, man. Don't worry about that.
with that Jesus flag. Absolutely. We have a bell here saying that even creators like me, but no money still to buy some stuff. The sad thing is that many great books out there and so little money. Hopefully, there will be a chance one day. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to, like, if you can at the moment, but make sure that you're sharing these campaigns. Because sharing on Twitter,
Sharing is caring.
sharing is caring. You'll be surprised the difference that it makes just a retweet and a like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even if it just gets me a follower, on Twitter or what have you, then that's a potential customer in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
All about the eyeballs, folks.
That's right. I mean, the more people see you, the better. The more you interact with us, the better. Provide a quality product, and just be out here and be yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're going to take time to watch the trailer and see how that goes.
Yeah. Can I just say something? Just a little preamble.
Yes.
So this trailer was voiced by Von Klaus, and it's split into two parts. Like the first part is voiced by him, and and he was kind enough to do it just out of the kindness of his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second part is more of like a musical, cartoony sort of approach. But let's check it out. I hope you enjoy it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
High school is a nightmare, especially if you're the new kid and a zombie. Hi there, humans. I'm Rob Muerto, and this is my story. Tales from the Classroom, a fun post-mortem romp following everyone's favorite teenage zombie, me. As I struggle to adapt to my new school, find love, fight off blood-sucking bullies, and keep all my body parts intact. Back in Romero High, my previous all-zombie school, I was the most popular kid around. But after transferring to K-Thulu High, a multi-species school whose students include vampires and wolfmen and everything else that goes bump in the night, I've had to come to terms with being at the bottom of the proverbial social heap. As a zombie or pulse-challenged individual, I have fought to get my voice heard in a world populated with monsters of all shapes, creeds, and sizes, all of whom seem to think zombies are beneath them. That's where Tales from the Classroom comes in. It's a premium quality 41-page comic featuring frightfully awesome pencils by Sebastian Barnico with inks blacker than my bile, courtesy of Juan Castro, eye-popping colors by Matthias Lombard, and letters by Lucas Gattoni. So good, it may actually spook you. Additionally, you get a story, my story, written by none other than yours truly, and a handful of pinups created by an assortment of top-tier talent, ranging from Monster MD's Marco McCagney and Tanya Wicker, Invisible's John Roush, and the mysterious Wonder Boy talent known only as Tad Lambert. So what are you waiting for, human? Can you help a zombie out? Thanks so much, mortals. You know what? You guys are all right. I heard bad things, but I think you're okay.
Good stuff, huh? Good voiceover work from.
That was wonderful. That was really cool. So there's a musical after. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. That music's actually like original.
Oh, you made it?
No, this guy named Zaylan Trallins,
Okay.
who cut the trailer together, he composed the music.
Wow, absolutely. Let's refresh. Let's see what you are with the numbers.
I think.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
Nice. Wow.
Really cool. Thank you to our audience for showing this artist and these wonderful creators some love, because definitely deserves it, because he's got a really great looking project. I love the trailer. Any comments about the trailer, Mogwai?
No, I like the trailer. It was pretty good. They just highlights the whole story. I like the whole voiceover part of it. Actually, I think it goes in par with the whole theme of the book and the style and everything of it. I think it's very nicely done. You know, I dig it.
Yeah, so and I definitely love the music too. It was very fitting. And the voiceover, who did you say did that again?
Von Klaus, who's the writer and creator of Monster MD.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, that really was really good. Yeah, congratulations. Being so that you're Portuguese, it would be safe to assume that you speak Spanish fairly well.
I understand. I speak Spanish. I mean, I don't want to embarrass myself by trying to, but
Well, I was gonna invite you because we have a CG in Spanish on Friday night. So if you want to come over, we'd love to have you too and pitch this book to a different audience and to the CG in Spanish crew as well.
I'll try to pitch it in Portuñol.
All right, that works.
So the idea is that I'm going to actually close the in-demand store tonight. But I was just this was just related to me yesterday that you put in the request to Indiegogo, and it's rarely ever instant. Sometimes it takes 2 days. So
it takes 2 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. It takes 2 to 3 days. Yeah, when you close it, you will wait a few days before it's actually completely closed. Yeah.
So people can still go and buy stuff during that time.
My understanding, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So guys, listen. He's closing it tonight, but there's still time. You know what I mean? There's still time. So show him some love and show this project some love. So we say that.
Do it for CG Jesus.
Do it for CG Jesus. CG Telemundo rocks. Thank you, Luisito. Yeah, absolutely, we do. So
the only way I can say that, because it sounds Japanese, it's like Doshito.
Is it Japanese, Doshito?
He's Polish.
He's Polish.
And
it's actually Polish, but for some reason I have it in my mind that he's Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like Doshito.
Oh, he's very Polish.
Yeah, Polish people are great. We have so many Polish friends right here in Phoenix. Great people, absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Doshito. Yeah, and so yeah, guys, listen, check out this project. Make sure that you share it everywhere, and make sure that you show this creator some love, because he did great in his first campaign, and the product is completely finished. So if you buy it, you'll get it right away. I mean, at least the PDF, obviously, you have to wait until the book ships, but this project is fully completed.
And thank you so much for the opportunity to let more people raise awareness of this book. I'm actually going to be going on the Vinny Tardamella show soon. Do you know who Vinny is? Vinny T?
Yeah, great guy. He's a brother of ours.
As well, and he's got great books, and they call him the King of Fulfillment.
Hail the Boner King.
They call him the King of Boners.
I want to say that in front of my company, but also.
No, he's a great guy. And definitely take pointers from him, because he has quite the experience. He's at the time he's run 7 campaigns. So this guy is definitely committed to his craft. I'll tell you.
That's great.
And he is, and he's a person for you to look up to as far as CG is concerned, because he definitely knows what he's doing, and he shows it.
Absolutely. And on top of that, he's a fantastic guy as well. So
yeah. And where can people find you, Rob?
They can find me at Real Rob Muerto on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as Instagram goes, it's campaign closing tonight. Go get it. Get those digital express editions if you're strapped for cash.
Mhm.
It's like that's how much is a Big Mac going for these days?
About $2-3, yeah. I was like,
Oh, really? Well, it's a bit more expensive though. So it's like two Big Macs.
2 for 6. 2 for 6.
So it's like the price of
yeah, I'm personally more of a Jack in the Box kind of guy. Yeah.
For the price of 2 Big Macs, you can get a nice little digital edition copy of the book.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming again. I
Thank
definitely.
you, guys. Thank
I'll
you.
be back in this myself too, and if you haven't backed it already, make sure that you do.
I appreciate it. I'm not going to take any more of your time. I'm going to see if I gussy up for the Vinny T show, or unless you want me to stick around, I'm happy to.
Yeah, I mean we're about to wrap it up here with just a little bit of selfish self promotion with our campaign. It was on the track to 6, man. We want to get those 6K, and we're not that far off.
Can you please bring that here?
Bring this?
Yes.
Track it.
Let me show everybody. I'm serious when I promise stuff, okay? These are the peanuts I promised. If we get to 6K, we're gonna be very sensually and slowly eating this.
Oh.
You're doing it too, baby.
All right.
Okay.
White Cat Comics ASMR.
It's gonna be a very slow-mo, beautiful sound, from the creators to our beautiful backers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for your entertainment.
I'm going to steal that idea, except I'm going to be eating a chorizo.
Oh, yeah.
Very slowly and very sensually as well for all the ladies out there. No, I'm joking.
Hey, guys, you never know.
That sounds like good meme material.
I
Write
think
that down.
Yeah, man, if War Campaign gets a hold of it, I'm done.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, guys, make sure that to show this campaign some love if you haven't done so already. Grim Reaper 2 still in demand. We are very close to finishing the whole thing and sending the printer, so don't miss out. This is going to be quite an experience here. Everybody will get a free pinup, remember, and we are thinking about our next stretch goal, which will be announced soon. We're very happy with how this campaign is doing, and so definitely
We're fulfilling in June.
We're fulfilling in June, so give it a shot if you haven't done so already, and please help us get more eyeballs on it. Make sure you share and retweet and everything.
It looks fantastic, and can I just tell you that the universe is that Carla was telling me a bit about it. It's so intriguing and so fully fleshed out. By the way, I think I partied with one of these girls in Miami, but back in my youth. But yeah, it's a very fully fleshed out universe, and I'm very curious. I backed it myself. I'm very curious to see to read it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. We have a few things here. We have T-shirts and mystery box that you can get as well. So yeah, we also have some digital perks too. We do believe in them 100%. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming, Rob. Make sure that everybody go share and retweet Tales from the Classroom and Rob Muerto as well. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram, and make sure that you hurry up and get this book before the campaign closes tonight.
Hail Rob Muerto.
Hail Rob Muerto and hail CG.
Hail CG.
And hello to everybody in the chat who joined us today. I want to say goodbye to my friend Abel. Thank you for coming again, my friend. Thank you to Joe for dropping those links, as well as Mogwai. You guys are always, helping out, and we couldn't appreciate it more. Help to Dushitu, help to Jezebel, everybody. I wish I could say everybody. Help to Soul Eon. Thank you, everybody, for joining us again. We'll see you next time.
And of course, thank you to our lovely co-host, Mogwai.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to finally meet you, Mogwai.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you guys too. It's always a pleasure. Anything you need, my friend, let me know. We'll help you put it on blast.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All righty. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
All right. Take care. See you all around.